9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dale.
Hey guys, welcome back to No Ropes of Some. Ah, crap, Kristen's back.
Oh no.
I think we have it.
Great. Alright guys, and welcome to the Take 3 Reactors Summit. This week we have fun Innergeekdom week, which we've had many from the Innergeekdom weeks. So that nothing surprising, honestly. But we also have some great news that we missed because apparently all the news drops after we record these. Thanks. Makes our show where we have a whole segment on news really great and up to date. It's fine. Whatever. We're not upset about it.
We're the last week tonight of the Schmoedown recap shows.
We're like the last week tonight. Like we're like, remember like last week?
You remember
covering the news from 2 weeks ago.
We're gonna cover that.
Yeah. So we got a great show. We're going to talk about both the matches from this week as well as the news, and to help us cover that, we have a great panel. Matt Kearns, how's it going?
I am the knight. I'm doing good. And also Abe giving up secret identities, apparently. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Sure. We also have Malcolm Lay. How's it going, Malcolm?
Pretty good. I'm not disappearing today and actually going to say stuff.
Perfect. We appreciate that you're going to say things. And we also have a special guest, Peter Buller.
Yep.
Great.
Buller.
Not Bueller. I want it to be, then it would be funnier, but that's fine. It's okay.
It would be.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's going great. It was a great week for Innergeekdom, and we got some really fun matches.
Awesome. And with that, we are going to talk about those really great matches. The first of which being the match on Tuesday, which I think is the match to focus on this week anyway, between Corgi Master and Mara Knopik. And let me tell you, this was, well, it wasn't a great match from both of the players, but it was a fun match because Koi always brings a really great energy to his performances, and Mara is apparently someone to watch out for in the league for Innergeekdom. And it's pretty exciting to see some new blood come out and really actually just nail it. So we're gonna go over what we thought about this one. Matt, why don't you start us out?
Mara, it's funny. I go back and I watch the summit where like I didn't even know what her last name was. I was like, what does she do? I don't know. She comes out, she's trash talking Andrew Guy, and I'm like, okay, I see the newbies, they want to play. But she was amazing. I'm definitely really interested to see where she goes from here. I kind of just, and this is gonna sound bad, I laughed when people were like, we need to set up Cushing versus, I still don't know how to pronounce her last name. Is it Knopik? Knopik? And I'm like, yeah, they're like, we need to set this match up. I'm like, guys, we don't need to. The tournament, it could very easily happen. Just give it like 3 weeks. But yeah, she was amazing. Koi, he still isn't studying, it looks like. Like, it looks like he still is just showing up to have fun, which I'm like, hey, he had a really cool suit that I would, as a Spider-Man fan, I would like to have. But like, man, if you want to, make it far in this league, watch non-Marvel movies, just maybe, Koi. And that's not me saying that, I'm not like the people in the hot takes who are like, I could be Corgi Master in their Geekdom match, but like, come on, man. You've been in so many of these. Just study, and you'll win. I know you can do it.
Well, I think he would perform better if he got more Marvel questions, and I've said this pretty much every match he's ever had, because he usually only gets about one every single time he's out to bat, except the first game he played where he got it as a category, I think, and just completely biffed on it.
But Kristen, you're saying he would perform better if he got a strength? Isn't that every Schmoedown competitor?
Well, I mean, he's good at DC as well. He doesn't get a lot of comic book movie questions.
That's why maybe he should study.
He should.
Other
But he said in the thing, he said, you know, I've tried to watch the Hobbit movies since, and it's just kind of like they just go in and then they leave because, you know, whatever. They're just kind of like, we don't care. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? He can show up in his really cool suits, and we'll just live with it. And that's fine, because he's a wonderful human being with very cool suits. And that's what we'll focus on.
Loves koi. Kristen loves koi.
I don't, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Yeah, Abe does.
He has a picture of him right next to the guy from Rooster Teeth.
Yes.
Yeah, right above his... Malcolm, what do you think about this match?
Yeah, this was a fun match. And Mara definitely showed why she's a force to be reckoned with. And I mean, it's one of those things, like, just because, like, a lot of people are going, oh, her and Dan will be a great team together because they're going out together. It's like, well, I mean, she can be great on her own. And I mean, and she was excited to be there. And she's going to be a brown dwarf star to watch out for in this league.
Definitely a brown dwarf star to watch out for. I thought that was really funny that that's what she was calling herself. I thought that was great. Don't sell yourself too big. You know, you gotta keep it under wraps until your next match, and then she can be like a red dwarf star, I guess. Peter, what do you think about this match?
I really love this match. Mara Knopek, she just came in and she looked really comfortable. Like she looked like she had played 1,000 matches before this. She looked like she belonged in this league. And in turn, she's now my 10th favorite competitor of all time in the entire league off of one match, because she was so natural for the Schmoedown. You know, she had a really great match. And I mean, aside from some Star Trek stuff, but I mean, she did say that she had it down between 2 movies on all of her misses, and she just picked the wrong one. So she had the knowledge, but just couldn't quite pull the right movie in that round 2. So,
yeah, and that I think that happens to a lot of competitors who are kind of new to it, where they are like, I don't know which one, and they second guess themselves, and then they get it wrong. It's kind of, I feel like they learn it, you know, to just stick with your gut kind of thing as they play more. And so the next time she plays, and even the time after that, I would assume that she would be even better than this outing, which is very impressive because this outing was really, really very good. So good, I added her to my fantasy team, which I didn't tell Matt for the fantasy.
What? I'm supposed to win that shit.
Sorry.
Oh man.
Well, I'm still hoping to catch up to Abe, but there's a long way to go between that. But I posted that on Twitter that she was really good because Dan Merle was bragging about her. If you watched our reaction, we weren't sure if she was Dan's girlfriend or not, and like, that's the thing. They're like dating.
Or are they?
No, they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I said that she was on my fantasy team and she liked it. So like now we're best friends.
Kristen, I don't know. I got followed by like a lot of people in the Schmoedown verse this week, so
because they were already all following me to begin with, and so it's like
that's true. They were just lacking Kurt Russell, I think.
No, I don't think Kalinowski will ever follow me because I don't root for him to win usually. He's probably like, I don't like her. She's mean. All right, so we're gonna move on to Friday's match. Now, this was another fun match for a completely different reason, mostly because we got to see Chris Clark crying about the fact that Robert Meyer Burnett wasn't actually in the match. And anytime we can get him to cry, it's a win for us. So we had Mark Donica, And it was supposed to be Robert Meyer Burnett. There were some scheduling conflicts, and apparently, Kalinowski, being the overarching apparent new leader of the Schmoedown, at least Innergeekdom-wise, decided to replace him with Sean Gerber, which, you know what? I kind of liked getting him in the ring outside of teams and outside of free-for-all. But he obviously didn't have his best showing, attributed mostly to Star Trek, which is continuing to be the downfall of pretty much everyone in Innergeekdom except a handful of people. So, let's talk about this one, and we're going to go over to Malcolm. What do you think about this match?
Yeah, I mean, this one was a great match. I mean, like, Donnacha's a force to be reckoned with, and I mean, Sean showed he really knows the stuff because he pretty much kept up with Donnacha in the first round, and you could see the disappointment in his face when he spun Star Trek. It's like he really didn't want it, but he as he said in his post interview, like, if he stayed with Heroes, it would have been a lot worse because you never know which area they're going to pull the hero questions from. So I mean, for that, and I mean, it's just a fun match to watch. I mean, it's just, and Sean, I'd like to see Sean back in Geekdom someday. So
definitely, and I mean, I think that is a talking point in terms of the difficulty of the category in it being such a mixed bag. The heroes and the villains categories really are some of the most difficult categories, I would say, in the entire Schmoedown, just because they can be from anything. You can't really study for them outside of just knowing all of the movies. And so when they're almost, I don't want to say the movie release dates because I feel like a lot of players will stay on that, but it's almost like, the movie release dates of the wheel, where every time it's spun, it's an automatic respin outside of a few select people. And so it's, it's an interesting category to continue to place on the wheel. I'd be interested to see someone who takes it, because we haven't seen anyone take it in a while, and I would be interested to see someone take that. So, Peter, what do you think about this match between Sean and Mark?
Well, I was really disappointed to hear that Burnett was not going to be in it, because I, like Chris, I was hoping for a big return from Burnett. I mean, he's a great personality in the Schmoedown, and it was going to be a great clash of heels. But yeah, Gerber was a good fill-in, I think, and I really don't think we saw his true potential in this match. Like, I think that he could very well be a top-tier competitor. He seems like he has at least a decent amount of knowledge to where he could be a force to be reckoned with. And yeah, it was kind of disappointing to see him get Star Trek, but it was really fun to see him get that last question and just the excitement on his face, and that we were all feeling that, he finally got one. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a hard category anyway, unless you're Matt Kearns. Matt, what's with these hard Star Trek questions?
What's with them? What are you talking about? Because I'm putting these people to work. Okay, that's why. But it's okay, because as payback, you're all spinning it in literally every match that you're now putting me to work. I was literally just watching Insurrection, taking notes, because Chris Liskey needs questions, because he's running out of my questions. Second thing I need to talk about here, Chris Clark did not cry during this reaction. No, we got something far, far worse, which was, Rob would have gotten that. Oh yeah, Rob would have been tied with Dominic this round. No, Rob would have aced that Star Trek round. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to the match itself. This is a really fun match. Sean, he definitely he had a hard first singles match, because free for all I don't count as a singles match. Like, he had a hard first go against someone like Donnacha, who he really wants to face Inman. I think that loss against Inman, I think it's the thing that's driving him the most. But the other thing I want to talk about in this match is the fact that on the summit a couple weeks ago, I talked about the fact that Tom Deganino is the only guy in the Schmoedown who's not going to take Kalinowski's commissioner crap. This just proves it. You watch that post-match interview, he's just like, "Who's this Kalinowski? This joke." So I want to see Mr. Point and Flip, try and go up against Bobby Gucci, because Bobby Gucci's not going to care. Okay, you hear that, Mike? You hear that? Bobby Gucci doesn't care about your run for commish, okay? Because he is the real commish, at least in my heart.
Well, if we can get enough Patreon people, he will be the commissioner.
Yeah, seriously, guys, if you hate Kalinowski, just $1 a month, and let's get Tom in there.
Patreon.
Yeah. That's the new commercial. You guys know the ad at the end of videos where it's Christian, or and it's this is the new one. Here, camera on me, Abe. It's hey guys, you know what? You tired of corruption's crap? Just give $1 to us a month, and we'll get Dagadino in there. Now go and watch the match, because it's a good match, for God's sake.
It's a good match, for God's sakes.
I'm mad. The camera wasn't Malcolm the whole time.
Damn it!
Well done, Abe. Well done, Abe. This is why we don't pay you. This is why you don't get a paycheck. All right. Yeah, I agree with you on your points about the match, and I do like that you brought up the Mike Kalinowski stuff, because that's obviously been an overarching aspect of this entire tournament. It's been kind of the main storyline dragging us through this entire tournament, and we got some cutscenes for that too, which we definitely should talk about.
Yeah, that Mara one. What?
The Mara one was
Lucky
fantastic.
guy. Oh my god. Like I was watching that, and I'm just like, he's like, so you want to thank me for getting into this? I'm like, okay, where's the cutscene where you thank Christian Harloff for pulling you out from whatever you were doing before your match with Ashley V. Robinson? Come on, man. You were better than this. Still blame all the belts for this, by the way.
Does anyone else have any thoughts about that cutscene between Mara and Mike?
Yeah, I mean, the Mara cutscene was entertaining. It's like, she was just going up like you go to Fat News, like Mara was like, "Who are you? I don't actually know who you are." It's like, just not giving him the sass back is but yeah, it was a fun cutscene to watch.
Yeah, I thought that kind of on my point earlier about how Mara, she kind of was a natural fit for the league. I mean, this cutscene, she's just very relaxed. Like she cares, but she's just there. She's there to win. She's there to take names and not care about Mike Kalinowski, apparently.
Yeah, I loved her attitude in it. It was so like, who are you? And just fantastic. I loved it. I honestly, that's kind of outside of her performance, which I thought was spectacular. That cutscene, I was just like, oh, she should come back to the Schmoedown a lot more, because she is fantastic. Speaking of another great cutscene, we have basically just everyone wants a piece of Dan Murrell. I think is what we're going to call the second half of the Schmoedown 2018 season. Because I feel like every other week it's someone like, oh, I could take Murrow, and then we get a cutscene, or a surprise entrance where he calls people out, something like that. So this week we got Snyder coming in, basically calling him out and just saying like, hey, where's your 10 million belt defenses, which I get it, but that's what it is. So it's interesting to see where this comes out, because if Snyder's got that #1 contender match coming up with Bibbs, And if they're leading up to a Snyder-Merle kind of, a battle or a match or whatever, you would assume that Snyder would have to lose the match with Bibbs, or Dan gets fast-tracked to a title match if Snyder wins the title. So there's a couple options here where they can create storylines out of this, depending on who wins which matches coming up. I want to get everyone's take on it, and then, kind of your theories of what we could be seeing depending on matches. We'll just assume that Bibbs doesn't lose so that Chris, somewhere off in the distance, won't be crying many tears. So, Malcolm, what do you think about this one? Let's get some speculation on it, too.
Yeah, this cutscene was fun. It's like, Dad was just looking at photos, and Jeff was like, in the memory room again, trying to relive old memories. It's like, you're not going to be as great as you once were. It's like at the end, it's like Dad was like, I was just looking at photos. It's like you came and bothered me. But yeah, I mean, as much as I love Merle and love to see him back in a title shot, I really hope they don't fast track him to one, because, I mean, I don't think he needs to be fast tracked. I mean, because they could just put him in number 1 contenders match, and he could easily, depending on who he's up against, could easily win it anyway. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Bibiani will win the number 1 contenders match personally, but I would love to see a Jeff Snyder Merle match, because it could be really entertaining to watch, especially with the storylines that's already in there with Merle, formerly a Lions Den member, going up against Jeff, who was part of them. So that will be it's already got storyline implications to that match anyway.
Yeah, I do kind of like that they're leading up to potential rivalries, and you're getting the reemergence of the Horsemen, but there's also some questions surrounding the future of the Lions Den. I feel like, in terms of them actually winning matches, maybe. Sorry, Matt. I'm just calling it like I see it. But I've got my own speculations on the future of Patriots. I think if they lose this match at the Collision, I think that there's going to be a big breakup happening. So we'll see. Matt will be real sad, but it would be interesting if that breakup did happen, if there was a dynamic with this Dan Merle thing. But we are going to go over to Peter. What were your thoughts on the cutscene?
I really enjoyed seeing Dan in anything is something that I automatically love. But the thinking about possibly seeing a Snyder versus Merle match, that makes me really excited, especially with the prospect of Snyder possibly being the champion when Merle faces him. If he does in the future, that would be a really fun match, because we would have a heel as a champion, which we haven't had in the singles league since Roca held the belt, and that was over a year ago. And the dynamic between them two, with Dan being in the Lion's Den before, that would create some nice animosity between them, and just really fuel the fire that would create a great match with great promos and great smack talk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really, really looking forward to this one. Honestly, I think it'll be an interesting match no matter how you cut it. Matt, did we ask you about this?
No.
Good. Okay, we're moving on. All right. No. Matt, what do you think about the cutscene between?
The first thing is I think that this I think this, and Malcolm brought it up, and so did Peter, is I feel like this is more the fact that Dan used to be a Lions Den member, and I mean the first true faction rivalry was the Four Horsemen versus the Lions Den. So I think this is kind of bringing that back. Jeff comes in, he's like, the Four Horsemen, all they do is they just remember, they just look at the photos and remember things. I might be the only person on this panel who thinks Jeff is going to win the number 1 contenders match. We get into that when we preview it. I agree with Malcolm. For as great as a champion and competitor that Merle was, I don't think that he should be given a fast track to a title. We'll talk about the Sam Whitworth thing. That I'm okay with in that case because of the circumstance surrounding that. But here it's like, for one, he retired. And two, the Collision match stated the triple threat that pretty much all champs, they have to win at least 3 straight matches to get a number 1 contenders match, which I think is, fair. I also think everyone's forgetting is that when Guy beats Merle at Collision, that's going to set him back quite a bit. Yeah. Boo me.
Not gonna happen.
Haters hate us because they ain't us. New Guy order. Okay. You keep saying it.
New Merle order.
Old Merle order. New rival order is what we should really be talking about. But I did really like this cutscene. I think Jeff. I really like the fact that now that Jeff works at Collider, we could just get him in so many more. Cutscenes for this. And no, the condition was not only for Roka. It was actually for the condition began as the losers of the triple threat match. But as far to my knowledge, Harloff decided to parlay that into the entirety of the Schmoedown in order to make it fair that belts don't go around the same 3 people. So if you're a champion, you lose, you have to win 3 straight matches in order to get back into title contention. Sorry, I broke. Yeah, that's pretty much just my thoughts. It was a fun cutscene, and yeah, go Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Jeff has. I don't think that we should sell Jeff short on anything he's shown that he's very, very good. I do also think that Bibbs is on a bit of a hot streak right now. So it would be interesting to see him lose this one, just because I think that he's got a lot of potential to move forward. But we're not talking about that match yet. We're talking about, potentially a match between Dan and Jeff. And I mean, we haven't seen Dan play, so I think this will all kind of come down to how he shows up against Andrew Guy. I don't think it should be a problem, honestly.
Yeah, you're right. Guy's just gonna, it's probably a KO. Right.
Yeah, I mean, a KO for Dan. Probably he'll beat Andrew real
I think you got the D's confused. You meant to say Drew. It's okay.
No,
it's fine. It's okay.
I didn't. You know what? Dan will win that match, but Andrew will win in his brain. And for Andrew, that's what's most important.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're doing things like that now. I see how it is.
Yeah.
I like the impartialness of the hosts on the summit here.
You know what? Look, Andrew understands our dynamic. It's not my fault that you know.
Does he? I
would assume so.
He probably does. He probably would be really upset if you were rooting for him.
He would be like, "You're going so out of character. What is happening?" No, but he's a really great guy. Get it? And I do think that he has a lot of potential in the league. He just needs to get his footing behind him, because I think in singles he hasn't quite reached that yet. Once he does, I think he can actually make some damage in the league. It's just kind of maybe not a great matchup to have him coming in against someone who was kind of the top of the league for so long.
But here's the thing. If Guy wins, let's be honest, the Schmoedown is just as much luck as it is knowledge. If Guy wins, that is a good starting point for your singles career.
I agree.
And I will be so happy.
Well, no, that's basically how everyone wants to start out their singles career, is to have a win against the strongest person in the league. However, it's also not a great place to start your singles
But also,
career.
here's the thing. But if Guy loses, then it's, okay, you lost to Dan Merle.
Right. Yeah,
so it's kind of a win-win, because it's like, if you beat him, then you beat Dan Merle. If you lost, then it's like, it's like when I played Dan in a movie fight, 1 round. I lost to him, but it's like, I lost to the movie fights champ. Of course I was going to.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what transpires with all of this, but I don't think we should sell any of the competitors short. I think they all do a great job, even when they're coy and they make me sad because they don't win matches.
Yeah.
So that's this week of matches. He's such a nice guy.
Kristen,
Did you actually talk to him?
Tom? Tom doesn't win matches, and it upsets me because he's
true.
so much fun. And that's why, or I was actually thinking about this morning. Nost doesn't win singles matches. He's like one singles competitor.
He won his last singles match.
I know, but like, when's his next? Harloff, Thad, why are you not giving Nost matches?
He's not as into it as Roka is. Did you not watch our interview with him?
Koi's the Josh McCougar of the Innergeekdom League.
That's probably fair. Yeah.
They're also
I think for like Dagnino that it works for him not to win. Like he can still remain relevant if he doesn't win. But I think for Koi, like it's hard for just the charismatic guy who loses all the time. You know, it's hard. It's hard unless you're in like factions or drama or something like that. It's hard to remain relevant.
Can we say something nice about Koi? I just feel like if he's listening, just I know, Koi, you got a really nice mustache.
I love his mustache.
He's a really, really nice guy. And I want him to win matches. So if he could, that'd be great. And I do love that he's coming out here and just having fun. But I do think that in order to stay, relevant in the league,
need to win.
You do have to win.
Here's the thing. You need to win more of a one match that some people debate if Mike Kalinowski lost that match.
He lost that match. Sorry.
I don't care. F Kalinowski. That was old Kalinowski. That's what I liked done. Sure.
So we are going to move on.
What was that trail off we just had?
It was we like awkward transitions. It's how we roll here on the Reactor Summit. Awkward transitions. We are going to move on to the news of this week, which there's not a ton of news. But the one thing we did miss last week after we had recorded, obviously, dropped the news that Sam Witwer would not be able to take place in the actual Star Wars match. Great. But he's busy. He's a working actor and he has contracts, and sometimes he can't make it to things, like that's what happens when you're a working actor. So, it is what it is. It's upsetting, but...
Oh, yeah. I had both Damon and Witwer on my fantasy team, and I was looking for all the points. Yep.
Not going to happen anymore. But,
nope.
So the full announcement was he's not going to make it to the tournament, and he's got a suspension because of it. But that when he does come back, if he ever chooses to come back, he'll get one-way ticket to a match against whoever has the belt. So that's cool. At least they're giving him that option to get back into it if he so chooses when his suspension is done. But then the next half of this was at the end of the match on Friday. Christian actually had said who would be replacing him, and it's Bruce Green. He's from Rooster Teeth. I'm not super familiar with him, but I know that there are fans who are actually pretty excited because they do think he's got the Star Wars knowledge to compete. So that's exciting. It's interesting to have this dynamic where the belt is up for grabs and you have a complete rookie to the game coming in who could win this match. I don't think that Alex will lose. But I don't know because I've never seen Bruce play. So, hey, who knows? He could come out and know every single answer. We literally have no idea. So we're just going to talk about this news, talk about what we feel about this upcoming match at Collision, and we're going to start it out with Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, the Bruce is an unknown fact. I don't know who he is myself. But yeah, I mean, Alex only missed 2 questions at the number 1 contenders match. So I mean, if I don't see him losing, but then again, we don't. I'm pretty sure it's going to be just a standard match, because I can't see them doing 2 Iron Man matches in 1 collision. So I mean, they've already probably used a lot of Star Wars questions. So
Well, they have,
Yeah.
and the only thing that's nice is that they keep making more every year, and so Chris gets more that he can use.
Unlike Star Trek.
Yeah, unlike Star Trek. But the questions are getting very deep cut, and it would be nice to, yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do in another like next year after all the Star Wars matches. These questions are just gonna be like, who is the third person standing to the left of Darth Vader in this one specific shot? So, Matt,
And they'll still get it.
yeah, they probably, you know what, they probably still will. Matt, what did you think about this announcement, and who do you have moving into this Star Wars match? Matt?
All right, moment of silence for Whitmer. I'm sorry, I really wanted to see
sorry.
Whitmer versus Damon happen. I really wanted to see that. Whitmer is my favorite Star Wars competitor, so I really wanted to see him. But I'm glad he got the fast track when he comes back, which he's going to one day. I've actually started because of I went back and I watched Alex's performance in the Fatal 5-Way when he lost to Sam, and then the live event match, and then I decided to go and check out his channel. And now I'm kind of a big fan of Alex, and I feel is it Bruce Green? Is that the name of the guy? I kind of feel bad for this guy on two accounts. One, I don't follow Rooster Teeth, so I don't know how much this guy knows. So I feel bad that you're going up against Damon, but I also feel bad that you're going up against Damon in a match that was written with Sam Witwer as the champ in mind, because I don't think Chris would switch the questions. So I give you a lot of credit for coming in and fighting this, but I'd be very shocked if Alex didn't walk away with the belt.
Yeah, that is definitely, yeah, for sure. I feel bad to have to walk into that situation.
Like as your first match.
Well, and the other thing is fans are already expecting so much out of it because, I mean, you had Witwer in the match and Damon, who really is scary knowledgeable. I mean, I subscribed to his channel after I got to watch The Spectacular, and I was just like, man, this guy knows a lot about Star Wars. But he's very passionate, and his wife is too. She's fantastic. I honestly think she should be in a Star Wars match, maybe not a championship, but I think she could hold her own. She watches the movies just as much as he does.
I thought they were actually going to do that. That's what I thought they were going. Was they're going to be like, he's fighting his wife Molly.
I would feel real bad for him though, because you don't want to be put in that situation. No. So Peter, what do you think about this announcement and this upcoming match?
I was really disappointed that Witwer wasn't going to be defending his belt, because I mean, he is really knowledgeable in Star Wars, and he likely, at least I think he would likely have come out of the match still a champion. But I think that the fact that Christian Harloff did put Bruce Green into this match, I think the fact that he did that shows that at least he is capable of putting a good performance on in the Star Wars League. I mean, he's not going to put in somebody who is going to get like 3 questions in round 1. You know, he's going to put somebody who's going to get, you know, a majority of the questions as asked and has a chance at least at taking down Alex Damon. So I still have high hopes for the match, but cautious high hopes.
Yeah, well, and I think the other thing that we haven't talked about with this match is that Rooster Teeth has a huge following. Like they have a very good following. Like I know who their channel is. Like I've seen stuff from their channel before, because they've been around for ages.
They've been around since like YouTube first started.
Yeah, no, really, because they did all the Red versus Blue stuff. I mean, like they've been around for ages. And they have like almost 10 million subscribers. Like, and a lot of these subscribers are not people who are subscribed to the Schmoedown already. So this is actually a really good opportunity to sell the Schmoedown to new fans. And that's the thing about bringing new teams in and new people in from these big channels, is that you do get the opportunity to reach out to people who haven't had a chance to see this yet. And so we haven't discussed that as much in terms of actual potential new fans. Unfortunately, it's just weird to have him in a title match like right out the bat, and I understand why they did it. I think they've been trying to get him in a Star Wars match for quite a while, and it's just unfortunate that it has to be this specific match. But you know what? If he comes out of the gate and he's got good knowledge, then I will eat all my words about being worried about this match. And if he walks away with the belt, then that's even better, honestly, because that's a big deal. We're all going to be real shocked if he walks away with the belt. I do still think that Alex is going to win, though.
I think the interesting thing to talk about this match is also the fact that, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, and someone could correct me, didn't they say they were going to just award Alex the belt? And Alex was like, no, I want to compete for it. I don't want to just be handed it. And so, which I think that's kind of, as a fan of, people not be given things in the Schmoedown, I'll bring up Riley. Riley didn't get a free pass tomorrow when he lost to him. He had to work for it, and he got the belt back. So I like to see that. So good on you, Damon.
Yeah, and I think that's good of Alex to be like, no, I said I was going to play for the belts. I want to play for the belts. I think that's really good of him. I think that, at this point, if anyone deserves the belt, it is probably Alex. But we'll see. I'm really looking forward to this match. And guys, we only have a few short weeks until Christmas. I mean, Collision. So
Christmas in July.
It's basically Christmas for Schmoedown fans. I mean, let's be honest. We get like a ton of really great matches all on the same day. So it's something to look forward to. But it is coming up. We're almost there because we're in July now. Kind of. But
we will be when this drops.
We will be when this
I
airs.
already am in July.
Ooh. Hey, Malcolm, are you going to remember that
Time traveler
dropped already? Love ya.
So, it's just a few weeks away. We're really excited about it. I think that this is going to be a really great tournament. But before that tournament, we do have an amazing week of matches. We have on the 3rd, we have Knight versus Marcy. I should probably have rewatched her match to remember how to pronounce it.
Maki, I think is.
Marcy something. I probably should have rewatched her last match to figure out how to actually
say her name.
Pronounce her name. Oh well, that's fine. But this one should be a lot of fun. We're just gonna talk about real quick our predictions and who we have going into this. So we're going to start it out with Peter. Who do you got winning this match?
I really don't know. It's a coin flip. I mean, we had one match with one of the competitors, and the other one is a rookie. So I mean, it's really a toss up. I am okay with whoever. It's just hopefully we'll have some great performances. And hopefully we'll get another great rookie in the league. So, I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
Definitely not a bad position to be in, honestly, just getting another good person for the league. Matt, do you have any thoughts about this one?
It's difficult because, this is kind of like I think Knights played in a teams match before, to my knowledge.
Marcy has. Keep playing or give them.
No, she's played. I'm saying, but Knight played in a team match. I think she's played in a team match. I know Marcy. Why are you? Marcy played in an Innergeekdom. She played in a Fatal 5-way, and from what I remember, she did really well. So I guess I'll have her. I mean, it's difficult. All these newbies, it's difficult to tell. It's hard to tell who's gonna win. So. I'm just, what? Please don't roll Star Trek. That's what I'm asking. I haven't finished the questions yet. Don't roll it.
Sure. So it's probably going to happen because it's happened in every other match. Malcolm, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, so I mean, in the last Fatal 5-Way, I really fell in love with Keaton as competitors. I really thought she was amazing, and to see her come back is incredible. So, so I'm going to go with Keaton, and I actually believe this is actually Rosie's debut, because she's been on Jedi Council before, but I don't think I think this is her first time in the Schmoedown. I don't think she was.
Yeah, I'm not sure that she's been in either. I'm kind of in the same place as everyone else. It could easily go to the rookie at this point, just because we don't know how she's going to play. But we've seen, yeah, I'm not even going to try it. Play and you know, she was pretty good. I think she was nervous on her first outing, so maybe the next time around she'll be more comfortable in her skin in the Schmoedown. And you know, you obviously give the edge to someone who's played before. So that's all I'll say, is that she's probably got the edge, but we honestly have no idea because we don't know how the other person's going to play. So that's the Tuesday match, and then Friday is the whatever Patreon match. Got it. Between Kinda Funny and Funhouse. I don't have a lot of stakes in this match. I'm not really a follower of either one. Does anyone have any strong opinions about this match?
It's a really fun match.
I don't really. I'm more interested in the main event.
Well, we have to talk about all the matches, Matt.
Fine.
Schmoedown show. Come on.
I'm hoping it's a funny match because Nick Scarpino is funny, and I want to see who he chose after Makuga didn't choose him as his partner, even though they kind of teased they were going to be a team. Let's not forget. But then they didn't.
Can they have a three-way team?
Yes, we have the B team in the 2015 tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, see? So he can just join the Wildberry.
Wildberries.
And then again, Heroes did the freebird rule as well, so they could do that as well.
Just do.
There you go.
I didn't even watch this match. Just join the Wildberries.
There you go. Sounds good to me. Peter,
become part of the thorn bush.
Yeah, Peter, what's your take on this match?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see Nick Scarpino, him and Josh Makuga when they faced off. That was a really fun match. I mean, I don't have any stakes in it, but people are loving it so far, so I'm excited for it. Yeah.
And Malcolm, what about you?
Yeah, I don't have any stakes on this anyway. I'm just going to say Kinda Funny because Nick Scarpino's on it, but I'm probably more excited to see Brienne on the desk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's on the desk?
I forgot that she announced.
That's what she said.
Oh, that's awesome.
I forgot about that.
Nice.
She said that during our top 10,
Yeah.
the top 10 Schmoedown competitors. She talked about that. Yeah.
Oh, I was working.
Well, maybe you should have, you know. So
Quit
I mean,
my job?
yeah, obviously.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
no one talked about Riley, I bet, that night, so maybe I should have. Or Tom. Definitely no one talked about Tom that night.
Definitely
No,
not.
No, we did not. So we are going to move on. Because I don't know a lot about these people in these next matches. I know Funhouse is technically part of Rooster Teeth, and like, is Bruce Green on the team? I don't know.
He's not on this team. I can't remember who's actually on it.
I'm looking at their description on their YouTube channel, and apparently John Smith, spelled the correct way, is on their video team. So, congrats, John. I didn't know that you were on a
John.
better YouTube channel than ours. With million subscribers and 800,000 views. You could throw us a bone. I don't know.
That's cool. You know what? Here's the thing: the less subscribers we have, the more people we can be with this. You think Vinny could get away with we have 1,000 subscribers? No, not at all.
So with that, With that bombshell, we are going to move on to the last match of the week, which is the title, not title match, but the main event.
It should just be the title match.
Honestly, I mean, Mance with a belt. Get that man a belt.
Yes.
Bateman versus Mance. I am really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be hilarious. Mance always brings that chaotic energy.
Kristen, you just said Inman versus Mance. Bateman versus Mance.
Bateman.
You said Inman. You went Inman versus Mance.
I heard Inman.
I heard Inman.
Guys, it's gonna be Inman versus
I heard
Mance.
Inman too.
Inman,
That would be a fun
Inman
match.
and Mance are gonna the end of the tournament. That's who's gonna come up for
in the Fatal 5 week.
He's not even gonna be in the whole tournament, and he's just gonna walk.
Bateman was there too.
Like, great. All right, so we're talking about Bateman versus Mance. Not with you or Team Action. So we're going to talk about this match between Bateman and Mance. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mance has a lot of chaotic energy every time he plays. Bateman is Bateman. So we'll just get Matt out of the way because we know what he's going to say.
Here's the thing. I like Scott Mance. You guys know I like Scott Mance because if you watch the old live show, you guys know like Scott Mance. But here's the thing. Scott Mance he does have a lot of energy, but he sometimes doesn't know how to hold it back. And that's why Inman was a real good teammate for him because he was able to hold him back. But when he's going up against someone like Bateman, who does a good job of getting in a competitor's head, Bateman's going to win this. So, yeah. Where's the freaking belt? It's going to be with Bateman in a little bit. Scott Mance, just stepping stone.
Not gonna happen. Yes, it's not gonna happen. Malcolm, what do you think about this match?
Yeah, this is going to be a fun match. It's going to be a loud match. I mean, I think that Mance might be able to pull it off. But if it was a punching. If it was a boxing match, then maybe Bateman will win. But I'm
sorry. Can I say something? Have you seen Scott Mance's arms?
I was gonna say, man, don't sell Scott Mance.
Dude is like ripped.
Oh man, yeah. He even Access Hollywood weights. That's what he does.
I mean, he doesn't just have like the old man strength. Like he's just legit, just like super buff.
He like does marathons. How do you feel now, Malcolm?
How do you feel that we've paid so much attention to Scott Mance's muscles?
I'm fine with that. Abe, you gotta put in a graphic now if it's Scott Mance just doing the.
Yes.
I will.
he probably won't. He did put a graphic up for what's in the letters. So.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I forgot to edit the show that week, and I had to do the fast.
It's fine.
Last but not least, Peter, who do you got winning this match?
Wow, I got Mance. The only thing that I'm hesitant about with that is that one of the biggest contributing factors to Trek losing against Action in the tournament, the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament last year, was the fact that Action got so far into Mance's head. It blew up Trek in that match. But I love Scott Mance, one of my favorite competitors. He just has such a great energy. I would love to see him make a run for the belt. That would be really fun, but probably won't happen, but I would love to see it. So
yeah, that would be really great. I am going to surprise a lot of people and actually say that Ben Bateman's going to win this match.
Oof.
Go on.
That's all I'm going to say. I have no other words.
Why do you think Bateman's going to win this match, Kristen?
I just have a feeling.
I'm definitely not telling Bateman that in our chat.
You should. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Completely out of character. I can't believe I'm saying it. If I'm on the reaction for this match, I'm going to lie and say that Scott's going to win.
You have to be on that. You have to be on that reaction.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the reasoning behind it is just that Scott Mance has been a little iffy-ish on his performances as of late. He gets very riled up, and he doesn't know how to calm himself back down. We saw it a lot during that last team match where he was like all over the place. And Inman normally can do a good job of bringing him back in, and even Inman couldn't really do that this time around. I do love Scott Mance. I think he's a joy to watch in the Schmoedown, but I just don't think he's winning this match. And Bateman has also really the last team match they had, it was the Bateman show. It was just really impressive. So I can't. So yeah, I think he'll win, and that makes me sad.
I love it so.
Son of a bitch. All right, so we're gonna go to someone else who makes me really upset, and we got the fantasy update, and yeah. So Vinny,
It's time for the fantasy update with Beanie.
Shut up, Raul. Shut up with the stupid theme song. God, my people, all of you. You know what? I don't have to be here. So you know what? You should get me like a real punk rock song or something. I don't know. Something Stallone. Get Frank Stallone to do it. That'd be pretty freaking sweet. So what's up, guys? It's Vinny here with the fantasy update. So first thing we got is the Take 3 standings, which is in first place we got the loser Abe, although he's not quite a loser. He's a loser in life, but not in Take 3. With Super Epic X2, he's got 472 points. Ooh, good job, buddy. In second place, we got Team Corgi. Still don't know what the heck a Corgi is, but they got 359 points. Then we got Immortan Gen's Schmoeboys with 353 points. Then we got in fourth place, the Penguins, Chrissy the Clark with 285 points. This comes from the guy who said after free-for-all he was going to be in number 1 spot. In fifth place, we got something I like to call Abe all the time, Tiny Carrots, with only 234 points. Then we got in sixth place, the ultimate loser, Matt, with the Yodi Alliance with 208 points. Then we got a guy who, he's losing so bad, I don't even know who he is. That movie geek, he's only got 184 points. Who are you? Okay, so that's your Take 3 standings. Now, for Take 3 trades, apparently Kristen Smith dropped someone for this Mara chick. I don't know, Innergeekdom stuff. She just wants points. I really don't know. But that's it for your Take 3 fantasy updates. You can follow me, Vinny, at Vinny Stallone 76 on Twitter. You can also check out me and Raul's YouTube channel, Take 17 Productions. Copyright cannot suck, but we stole it from them. It's coming soon. We're gonna have some pretty freaking sweet stuff out. Now get out of here.
Vinny,
the fantasy update with Beanie.
Yeah, this is a Corgi. Ash.
Wait, is that?
That's a Corgi.
Oh.
That's a dog. That's a freaking dog right there.
He's
That's
a Corgi.
That's a dog. That's a dog.
But that's the type of.
What are you talking about? There's two types of animals. There's a dog and a cat. That's a dog.
What do you call a shark?
A shark? A shark's a shark. I'm talking about, shut up, Raul. Why don't you get out of here? Why don't you go back and talk about the two types of depression you had? The one where you drink and the one where I kick your ass.
Well,
how about that?
We're going to awkwardly transition into the end of the show.
Oh, boy.
So let's figure out where you can find everyone on the panel. Malcolm, we'll start with you. Where are you located on the internet?
You can find me on Take 3 Productions hosting my show Rankum. Tomorrow we're going to do songs and musicals. Kristen Smith is going. Yeah, remember it was last night, not tomorrow. But
We love you, Malcolm.
But yeah, Kristen was on that panel with. You can also find me doing trivia all over the place.
Perfect. Yes, I was on that panel. I got all of my choices, every single one of them. We're gonna go over to Matt. Matt, where can we find you, buddy?
You guys can find me not on Ranko because I usually work the closing shifts on Sundays, sadly. But you can find me at Kearns_Matthew on Twitter, now followed by John Roca, because I guess I did something right, finally. You can also find me on YouTube at MattMovies611. I actually got over 200 subscribers, and I like to think that it's because I promote it at the end here of Take 3. So thank you if you're anyone who subscribed to me because of Take 3. I'm sorry I don't post there because I'm doing this stuff. And you can also find me right here hosting Second Look. New episode is coming soon in a couple weeks. I'm going to be talking about Batman Mask of the Phantasm with Chris Clark, and it's also entirely possible that you might get 2 episodes in a month because it's possible a certain outlaw might come and talk about Armageddon. It's possible.
That's pretty exciting. I don't know which outlaw you're referring to. So
Clint Eastwood. He's apparently a really
good one.
big Armageddon fan.
Peter, thanks for joining us. We liked having you on. Where can we find you, buddy?
You can find me on Twitter at PeteTweets32 and on YouTube at Kansas Viking Reactions, where I do Schmoedown reaction highlights. So it's not the entire match reactions, it's just a little bit of it. The good parts.
Yeah, if you haven't checked him out, he was a favorite of Christian's at the
Free for all.
match. It was free for all. I was like, which one just happened? Tournament? Don't worry about it, guys. I only got like another month of this business. So yeah, free for all happened. Yeah, he was a fan favorite, and yeah, it was a good to see some newcomers coming out in the reaction game, and a good new format too, because the highlights are a great new format. So welcome to the game, sir. And as always, we also want to thank our wonderful editor, Abe. Do you have anything you want to say?
I have a can with my name on it.
You're sharing a Coke with yourself? Oh, that's sad.
Did someone share that with you, or did you just buy it?
No, I buy it. I have 2 extras.
2 extras?
Dude, it's like 80 degrees in New York. Want to send me one of those?
Sure.
It's like 90,
80
almost 100
degrees.
degrees here.
It's 88.
Oh no, wait. Where's the other one?
Wow, that's
This is
a
trash.
nice day in Kansas.
It's like 100 degrees here.
Well, I'm 120, guys.
Whew.
Anyway, so you can find me dying because it's fucking 100 degrees outside. At Smith_K10 on Twitter, Instagram, and Stardust. You can also find me, and that's the number, not the word. I'm really thrown off. Today because yes, and you can also find me right here on Take 3 hosting the summit for a little bit more time before I go on leave. And someone else will take over for me. Probably someone with an M for their first name.
Yeah, guys, that's right. You just wait. You guys remember the Muppet Matt launch? Just imagine it as the summit.
So the summit
I thought it was
down,
going to be
and it's going to be great. So you can find me right here on Take 3 hosting the summit every week except next week. Surprise. Other than that, you can see me on reactions and things, and that's all. I'm stalling because I'm tired. All right, guys. Well, thank you for checking us out. This has been a weird episode full of awkward transitions. And
The best transitions.
I'm usually so good at transitions, and today they're just like,
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna end the show. That's the next awkward transition and the last awkward transition. So we want to thank you all for watching. We hope you all have a great one, and we hope that you all take care.
Ah!